we go. We're not perfect welders, never said we was. Zach's welds, on the other hand.
I mean, they're not professional either, but they're better than
mine. Mine look horrible. What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Stiner here with Cinda Garage back here at the OG Cinda Garage. How's it going, guys? Zach can tell you was supposed to be here later today to help me with the 3/4 ton. I'll let you in on a little info on that. Anyway, we had a bonfire out here with a bunch of friends and everything, and I broke my truck. What's new? Steiner broke his truck. Yeah, I know, I get it. You guys know that I fixed the front end of this, put a whole new front end on it, and it's broke again. Detroit axle really let me down on this, I guess, but I don't know if you can see it, but bent both outer tie rods and busted that CV axle and bent that outer tie rod as well. So Darlene's also down. That's Darlene. Everybody knows her. Anyway, if you don't, OG followers know her anyway. 4-speed, granny low, 241C, 456 gears. Now has 15x14 wheels with 33-inch tires. That's Darlene. Buddy, what are you doing? Alright, as you see, the 3/4 ton bed is off. And we have this badass piece of machinery. It's a hell of a unit. Lincoln Electric, 10,000 plus Eagle. My buddies down at Hirsh Feed Farm Supply here in town hooked me up with this awesome unit for 70 bucks for the whole weekend. And we're about to let the Eagles fly, man. We brought it over here to Cinda Garage. We're about to freaking send it with all the Eagles, with all the bald Eagles. This unit's going to help us out a lot. We're going to get the light bar mounts welded up on that. And you guys are probably wondering, why is the bed off of this? Well, you guys will see that in a few minutes. But anyway, guys, what we plan on doing today is actually working on the 3/4 ton. The 3/4 ton, kind of what I traded the gray truck for, is kind of letting me back. It's kind of setting me back, to be honest with you. It's not exactly what I wanted to run into. You know how I said that I wanted to find a truck and hopefully this one not give me the headaches as the other one is giving me? Well, it's already giving me a back pain. It's giving me a little bit of rib pain. Well, we went to put a set of wheels and tires on the truck, and in the process of doing that, well, we kind of noticed it beforehand, but we really realized how bad this was. I'll go ahead and show you. How about that? I'll go ahead and show you guys. Alright. 1 second. Okay, to show you how bad this really is, it's peekabooing out the frame there. That is completely gone. It is going through the frame on the side rail. That is completely gone over there. And you guys are like, well, that ain't really that bad. It gets worse. So, see if I can get it. See, it's peekabooing somewhere right in here. I know it is somewhere. There it is. That is gone. And then, look at that. Right there. That is gone. That sucks. Anyway, we're going to get that fixed and redone. We're going to plate it all up, box it in. We're going to take a little bit of parts from the other S10 frame and box this in as well. And hopefully that holds for the Mobile, Alabama trip. Hi, babe. But I got some 2-foot by 6-inch, 1/4-inch plating from a metal shop here in town. Thanks, Newberry's. They got it all cut up for me. I got a few sheets. I got 2 of those, and then a single little plate for the lower end. There should be more than enough. You got bubbles. She got bubbles. But anyway, guys, we'll catch up with you in a minute whenever I start, well, figure out how I'm going to get this welder set up to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Okay, guys, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get this frame all cleaned up because it's pretty disgusting. It's pretty nasty. I'm sorry if you can't really hear me over this. I got it warming up. I went ahead and started the welder out there. Sounds pretty good for an 0 3/4 ton. Anyway, went ahead and started the welder out here. It's about as loud as the truck. I got it sitting on auto idle right now. Getting it warmed up and ready. But I'm going to turn it off real quick. That thing's pretty neat. Thank you, Hirsh Feed Farm Supply in West Plains. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and wash this frame off this 3/4 ton. Get it all cleaned up, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean up where they already tried to plate it. Previous owners at some point. Clean all that up. Get the frame kind of down to bare metal-ish for a better contact, and then we'll be ready to go. Anyway, we finally got, after probably about 20 minutes of washing, we got the frame all cleaned up. It don't look that nice. I mean, it is rusty. I mean, I'll probably go over some of this. Man, I wonder if those are the stock shocks from '99. Anyway, probably go over in some of the cracks and stuff, and then the spring tops, I'll probably re-weld those back down again just to make sure that they're solid and make sure that they're there. Same way with the bed mounts. I mean, didn't really get all the gunk off, I guess. But we're gonna go over it with the wire wheel and everything else. We're gonna try to get down to good enough bare metal to where everything's fine. But now our goal is to jack up this rear half, get the rear half up on jack stands, make sure that there is no pressure on what of frame I have left. I mean, man, that stuff is horrible. Why can't people just wash vehicles and get the salt off? Like, why can't they just take care of a vehicle to where it don't rust? It'd be so nice. But I mean, this is what I get for trading for something in the middle of the night, so that's what happens. Well, anyway, guys, I got awesome shades, found them in my truck. But I cleaned up the frame with a wire wheel and got it a little cleaned up. It's not that much better, but I'm gonna go ahead and practice a little bit with the new welder. And then I'm gonna go heads deep, ass deep, whatever. First, I gotta cut off the bump stop because they are like seized in there. So, but anyway, oh my gosh. Anyway, I gotta cut off the bump stops because that's where all the rust seems to just like contact itself at. I mean, look at it. That and my fuel tank. But my dad's got a truck exactly like this. His is about as rusted as mine. Oh my god, is that moss? Is that moss growing on my truck? I got plants growing on my truck? Yo. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. I found a lot of sand. So I'm pretty sure it was a flood truck. My big oof. Alright, it's been about a week now since we first started plating the frame, me, Zach, and Teco. I think I filmed a little bit of us cleaning it up and stuff. Of me cleaning it up, and then I don't think we filmed any of it on welding it. Kind of sucks, but we cleaned it up. The frame's still kind of rusty. We didn't coat it yet, but we did box in the frame there. The other side's not as pretty because it was way worse. But anyway, me, Zach, and Takeo, we played it up. Mainly Zach. Zach used the welder because I sucked at it. And there's that side. It's not actually that bad in video. In person, it's a lot worse though. Ain't it, Takeo? It looks a lot worse in person than it does on video. It actually looks pretty good in video.
Yeah.
It looks like we're professionals in video.
We're far from that.
Yeah, we're far from that. It looks kind of... Eh. But it should hold. That's all that matters. As long as it's functional and it holds.
Being attacked by a dog.
As long as it's functional and it holds and everything, it should be alright. But I think later on in a different video, we're going to PR15 it, clean it all up, scuff it up, make it look pretty. You know, so you don't see all of... Here, let's just do a close-up of how bad it actually looks. There you go. We're not perfect welders. Never said we was. Zach's welds, on the other hand,
I mean, they're not professional either, but they're better than...
they're better than mine. Mine looked horrible. But pretty much got it plated the way we needed it, and I think that's pretty well going to make up for this video. I mean, waited for a week just to film this part. The reason why I waited a week was because we took it over to Andrew's Automotive, I said in the last video, to get a power steering pump put on it. They did an awesome job. I'll go ahead and show you guys real quick. I didn't do it because it had, what is that called? What is that called, Takeo? Hydro Boost, that's what it's called. Had Hydro Boost braking in it and power steering, so no, I did not replace it myself. I did not know how. I did not know the function of Hydro Boost. But anyway, I went ahead and had Andrew's Automotive do the replacement of the power steering pump, being that I never knew how. So they did an awesome job on that. It cost me $195 for them to do it. That's $75 labor. And they replaced it minty. Did a great job. It's in there. They got a little bit of fluid here and there, but I can clean that up. They got a little bit. And they had to put a new belt on it because it snapped, because the old one was dry rotted. And that's what happens when you trade for a truck and not overlook it, or not look it over very well. Stuff happens. You find stuff. But that one looks a little bit better. It's not too bad. But we got it all plated in. It looks a lot better in person and in video. But I think that's going to make it up for the rest of this video, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. It would really help us out. And keep sending it. We'll see you later.